Hey everyone, and welcome to No Place Like Home. So this video is going to be all of the quests that are on the farm. So when you first get to the farm, it is basically a landfill. It's covered in trash. So I went ahead and cleaned up everything, and there is another video on the channel if you want to actually watch the cleanup and us defeating the robots. But if not, this is the quest line. So right here is the Farming for Dummies book, which Cornelius has asked us to collect. It's kind of right there at the end of the steps, or beginning of the steps, depending on how you want to look at it, and the crafting table if you're just wanting to, suck up that one little piece of trash pile and grab it. So once you have collected the book and brought it back to Cornelius, that's going to finish the Wait a Minute, I'm Not a Dummy quest and start Feathery Friends. So the first step is to build a chicken coop. So once you've collected your 15 recycled material from the recycler, then you can go back over to the crafting bench, hit right bumper to get to the farming tab, and craft the coop. Now if you want to befriend all of the chickens on the farm area, you're going to want to craft 2. But we just went ahead and did 1 at this point in time. So it doesn't really matter where you put it because you can move it later by pressing Y. So now that the chicken coop is placed, we can pick 5 chickens to befriend. Now once you've landed on the farm, you will have a couple of potatoes already started to grow. I highly suggest watering them from the very beginning because it takes a couple days to get the 5 potatoes to completely grow. Also right over here is the feather nest. If you are trying to collect all of the feathers, you can't really do anything with them until you have met the person who collects them. So they just take up a lot of room in the chest. So until I meet the person who collects them, I'm not going to touch the feathers, at least not on purpose. Also, once you have cleared all of the trash and stuff from the farm, you may want to go ahead and start repairing that little shed that we passed a minute ago, because it does take a few minutes. I mean, you can just go to sleep in your bed to speed up time if you wanted to. It keeps up with the days as far as when you go to reload into the game, it'll say, played 150 days or whatever day level you're on. But other than that, the days don't really matter. So it's not a downfall, or there's no cons really to fast forwarding time by going to sleep. So once we have befriended all 5 chickens, we need to go talk to Cornelius again. That is going to start the Excuse Me Mr. Chicken quest and complete it once we finish the conversation. And he's basically going to tell us that, hey, we want to learn more about our grandfather and what happened to the farm. And he's going to say, no, I have a few more things for you to do first. So that is going to start the Party Preparations quest. So now we need to go and collect our 5 pieces of fabric. So there are 3 in this little area right here. There is 1 more across the bridge over next to the llama and the chicken in a cage. And then the other one is going to be over here towards the entrance of the village. And if you were just collecting stuff as you were picking up trash and clearing out this area, you may already have it in your inventory, and if you didn't know what it was, you may have thrown it in a chest. So if you don't see these little pieces of fabric everywhere, you may just want to go through and check your inventory, because I did that the first time that I played, because I was just trying to pick up everything and kind of get everything cleaned up as quickly as possible, and my inventory got very full, so I just started making chests and just dumping everything in there. So now that we've collected our 5 pieces of fabric, we're going to go back and talk to Cornelius again, who is going to make a hat. Now he's going to tell us to place the hat on our favorite chicken. It doesn't matter which chicken you pick, you can always take it off and place it on another one later if you so choose. So I just put it all on the first chicken that I came to. You're going to hit Y and then hit X to move the hat over. Now if you want to take it off, I believe it's right bumper to get over to that little hat section, and then X again to put it back in our inventory. So now we're going to go talk to Cornelius again, who's going to tell us that we need 3 pieces of glass to make a disco ball. So all of the glass is kind of in the same area. You have 1 piece over here between the river and the fence, and then when you go through the double doors, the other 4 pieces are in there. Now he does say that he only needs 3, but we're going to go ahead and collect all of them just to show you where they all are. Now if you were wanting to speed the game up, you can go through and just destroy all of the trash piles, or the piles that you need to destroy to find whatever it is you're looking for, or to clear a path to get through. And then if you are defeated by a robot, whenever you go back to that area, all the trash will be gone, and the only thing that's going to be left is going to be like the wood and scraps and batteries and rubber and glass. So you don't actually have to collect all of the trash unless you're trying to get the achievements. So now that we've collected the glass, Cornelius has fashioned us a disco ball, which we need to place near or around, or in our case, just inside the coop for the chicken disco dance quest, which will automatically complete. And now we need to go talk to Cornelius again for the Fowl Triumph quest, where we ask again, hey, we've done all of our tasks. Where is our grandfather? And he's going to tell us that we need to go talk to Mark, the shopkeeper in the village, for the answers that we seek. And in order for Mark to tell us anything, this little souvenir chicken with the heart on top needs to be in our inventory. So now we are going to go through and just collect all of the little suitcase chests that are in the area, just to kind of show you where everything is. And we're going to gather recycled materials and the jars, which is going to be currency in the game, along with a few recipes for decoration, furniture. Suitcases are also going to house recipes for different meals once we have crafted our kitchen, which we will unlock when we talk to Mark in the village. And we do have to buy it. I mean, we don't just automatically get it, but so we're gonna go ahead and craft a few recyclers. I feel like somewhere between 4 and 5 is probably gonna be pretty efficient. I mean, if you want to just come through and dump all of your trash at one time and not have to continuously go through, you may want to do like 20, because you can only, with the initial original recyclers, you can only do 500 pieces of scrap at a time. Now once they're upgraded, that then bumps up to 1,000, and then once that's upgraded again, it bumps up to 2,000. But I very frequently, because I will clear out like the whole farm, and then I'll clear out the whole village, and pretty much everything that I can clear out until it's time for a drill upgrade is the way that I played. So I would have like almost 10,000 pieces of trash just about every time I went to the recycler and completed an area. So one of the other things you're going to want to do very early in the game is start your actual crop farm. You're going to need different crops to unlock upgrades. You're going to need different crops to befriend your animals. Chickens do potatoes, cows want lettuce, ducks want carrots. Just to kind of give you an idea. The pigs want honey, so that's not really done with the crops. That's going to be done with the beehive. But we're not really quite to that point yet. But any like leftover crops that you have, you can put in the preserve jars, which is going to give you more currency to trade for upgrades. I recommend keeping like at least 10 of each crop on hand, or like in your chest on the farm, because honestly you can take the crops and feed them to the birds at the birdhouse and get more seeds. So once you've cleared out an area, like for example with the farm, you're going to get potato seeds. But once you go to the desert, you're not going to get potato seeds. You're going to get a different kind of crop seed. So if you're not paying attention, it's real easy to accidentally screw up and end up with either not having any seeds for a certain crop and needing it, or not having any crops when you need it. So I'm going to go ahead and put some seeds in this chest and try and get as many crops as I can planted. Now I went ahead and started my crop farm over kind of in that little corner area, because that entire corner area by the end of the game will pretty much be filled up, unless I want to just put soil in a chest, but it takes like 2.5 to 3 chests, depending on how much soil that you put back for later. And I'd rather just go ahead and, instead of covering my whole little front yard here with just a bunch of crops, I wanted to go ahead and put them where, yes, they're there, but they're not the sole focus of my yard, so that hopefully I can do some really cool decorations and have a better yard look, than just, oh hey, this is nothing more than a farm. So if I had watered the crops every single day, my potatoes probably would have been already ready to harvest. So that's just one of those little look back on it moments. So you're going to want to go into the house and clear up the trash, and go ahead and pick up this little book where our grandfather tells us to go into the village and find Mark and talk to him and he will give us some answers. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe if you want to see more.